Okay, I'm here with Andy Davis in his property at 187 Bill's Place
Yep.
on November 8th, 2018,
About 4 o'clock.
at about 4 o'clock. Okay, Andy, I want you to tell me why, how, how did it come to be that the Schulte and the other guy was on your property? What did you do?
Okay, here's the sequence of events. Todd Starr and Steve Wadley called me, I believe this Tuesday, a week prior to the 24th, and were threatening to come on with a massive cleanup of over $40,000, lien the property, and take it from me for the cost of cleanup, and strip me of all my rights over here. So, well, at that time I got angry at what they're trying to do because I haven't been to court yet. I haven't been convicted of anything. They're trying to have me face Warren Goodman's judgment, and I haven't even had a day in court yet concerning these problems. And October 13th, when I bought the property, the next Monday I was at Todd Starr's office trying to open a line of communication with him to get this cleanup done. He agreed he would work with me, which he never did. So now he's trying to antagonize me, telling me they're going to take the property without working with me or acknowledging any of the cleanup I've done. Well, I called for a civil standby at this time, went down and met with the county commissioners, all of them but Ricky Mays or
Ronnie Mays.
Ronnie Mays, all but him. I believe he was there too, with Todd Starr, and tried to open a line of communication with him so we could work together instead of apart, which it seems like they were not trying to work with me, but work against me. So at this point, I made an agreement with, I don't know who, a guy named Peter Jarowski. He said he was with the county. It turns out he wasn't. He's a city planner, to come out and do an inspection. At this time, I told him, in order to do a proper inspection, you need to bring with you pictures of Bill's Place prior to the start of the cleanup, so you have a comparison basis, so you're not wasting my time or yours. Well, upon showing up on the 24th, he showed up with some guy named Greg Schulte.
What month? Was that October 24th?
Yeah, October 24th of this year, 2018. He showed up with Greg Schulte and some other code enforcement guy, which I wouldn't allow on my property because he didn't have an appointment to be here. I assumed Greg Schulte was the county commissioner. Once I found out he wasn't, after he threatened me with taking measures on my property, forcing the takeover of the property by forced cleanup, I ejected him off my property, had him leave my property. We're talking to Peter Jarowski.
Okay, but on the paperwork that they have against you, it said, did you threaten to sue him? Yeah.
Not that I remember. I probably did. I probably told him if he tries to take my property, I'll sue him for defrauding me of my property and my constitutional rights. Well, he must have took this the wrong way, but I meant it, and I will sue him.
Good.
For what the trouble the malicious charges he's put against me, the abuse of power that he's trying to weld against me, along with is Peter Jarowski. Once he told me he wasn't with the county, he was the city planner, I told him, well, he had no business out here. Where were the pictures he was supposed to bring? Well, he didn't bring them, so I told him, our business here is done. Get off the property. You come unprepared, you're wasting my time. This was all in front of Fire Marshal Mike, Echo 1, and Echo 2, his partner, Christina. They saw what was going on. In addition to that, body cam was all being run by Lieutenant Brown.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't see where they have a case based on just their affidavits where one lied to it, the other swear to it. I mean, it seems like they're trying to protect their own asses because they've been tied up in this conspiracy to defraud me of my property, as supported by the Pagosa Sun ad, which came out about the same time, I think, the week prior to the meeting, where they said no matter what happens, they're going in with a $23,000 cleanup, drop from the 40 plus original price, and I just don't understand where they think they have the power to incriminate me for something I didn't do, lie about what's been taking place, and try to force the Davises off their legal right to own this property and the right to have happiness here. They've done everything but that. And besides that, they've conspired to defraud me of this property. They've had buyers, under the table buyers that they admitted to having. This whole thing needs to be thrown out. It's a joke.
So when did they come and arrest you?
They arrested me when I went to court for my damages hearing on this property, when I was forced to go through an eviction process with these trespassers who the county supported, along with Todd Starr, who didn't know the tenancy laws, supported a law that didn't exist, where they made these people tenants on my property and forced me, which cost me 2 months of my time, of the cleanup time that they allegedly had given me, that I didn't know I was on a deadline for, to evict these people. When they said they worked against me or with me, they did nothing but work against me. Made as hard as they could to evict these people. When they had sanitation justifications, trash justifications, sewer justifications, where they could have closed this place down and evict them at any time, as well as I informed them that there was illegal drug marketing going on here 24 hours a day, which they ignored, as well as everybody that came and went from this property, came and went without a driver's license, which I informed the sheriff's department of, which fell to a death there. This whole thing is a joke.
Okay, now, but in the paper, it said that they were going to come in on Monday. Was it the 29th
The
of
29th,
October?
that was the 29th.
That was the
prior to
29th.
25th,
So on
when we had
the
the meeting.
Friday before, who came to your house in the morning? Did they come and arrest you?
No, they waited. Well, I tried to appear in court by telephone because
No. When they first arrested you
Well, when they first arrested
and put
me,
you in jail here, and you bailed yourself out. I want to hear
well,
about
what
that.
happened was I was appearing in court on a damage hearing for the eviction I suffered, the damages I suffered, which I was shut out at my damage hearing, so I could be put under arrest there, arrested on a $10,000 bond, held and not processed for 22 hours, against my rights to be processed in the legal system and have a bail set.
But you bailed yourself out the next day?
I bailed myself out the next day.
And what did you do after you got out?
I proceeded to clean this place up.
You came here,
Yeah.
and what did you find when you came here to the property?
Oh, my tractor had been vandalized, sabotaged. The gas tank had been filled with mud. Spark plug wires had been stolen. It was just
Game cam?
You know, it was
The game cam that you had in the tree?
Oh yeah, my game camera was stolen, but that might have been a week prior. But this has all taken place.
No.
since-
This was the Friday before the Monday that they were going to come and clean the property up.
Well, that's the Friday before the Monday was when I got arrested. So a week prior to that was when the tractor was vandalized and the game cameras were stolen, which they failed to take a report on until a week and a half after. Yeah, all this has taken place within that week of me trying to get the place in order for their so-called inspection that I was just granting them out of the graciousness of my heart. And at this inspection, they're telling me what they were going to do with my personal property, how they're going to take it and distribute it freely to salvage agents or whatever. The whole thing's illegal and malicious and with intent to defraud me out of this property. And definitely there's conspiracy going on. And that's my affidavit on what's truthful affidavit on what's happened here.
Okay, Andy. Well, thank you.
You betcha. Thank you, Sharon, for taking that from me.
Now, hopefully, it turns out. I have to hook it up to a computer, and then so I'm going to hook it up to the computer and make sure it came out okay. And if not, Ricky wants to record the whole thing over again. But see, what you did was on the 29th they were going to come in here and
Yeah, 29.